Hey everybody, it's Chuck Barone. Wednesday, November the 22nd, 2023, the day before Thanksgiving. One of my favorite holidays. We'll be stuffing our face tomorrow, watching some football. It's going to be a great, relaxing day, hang with family. Looking forward to that. We got a little bit of crazy to talk about before we sign off for the week here. But before I get rolling, let me welcome everybody to the show. And as always, thank you guys for your support, man. We appreciate you guys showing up every day watching these videos. It keeps us making them here. We appreciate you guys. All right, so let's wrap this week up pretty much. I mean, I guess there'll be some trading on Friday, but it's going to be a short day. I think they're closing at 10 a.m. Eastern time. So it's not really a day that's probably going to be worth reporting anything. If any amazing stuff happens, there's a big breakthrough of any kind, I guess we could come in here and, get a quick video out. But Black Friday, everybody's going to be shopping. No one's going to be paying attention to the stock market, in my humble estimation. So today's kind of the wrap for the week. We got some data today that would typically come later in the week. The market reacting positively. We got jobs today. Job reports stronger than what they expected. The economy seems to be going pretty strong. So the stock market enjoying a pretty nice day before the holiday. We're probably going to get that Santa effect, Christmas rally coming. So here's a little taste of it. The Dow up 184 points today. Now sitting at 35,273. That's about a 1,000-point move for the Dow pretty quick here. The NASDAQ up 65 today at 14,265. Strong numbers for the NASDAQ. And the S&P up another 18 points, sitting at 4556, moving toward record territory on the S&P 500. So the stock market all the way across the board today, a pretty nice little rally. The bond market today, another quiet day. A nice phenomenon we're seeing in this bond market the last couple of days, right? So the 2-year again today, the 10-year again today, sitting unchanged. 4.42% on the 10-year. That's 2 days in a row of unchanged, man. That just hasn't been happening in this market. The yields have been swinging all over the place. So it's nice to have a little bit of calm. I'll bet bond investors kind of enjoying that a little bit. The 2-year actually selling off a little bit today, up 2 basis points, 4.90%. So, still well, it was sitting at 5.1% just, last week. So yields down, but on the way up today, just a scooch. The dollar today rallies up a little bit, not a lot, about a third of a point, sitting at 103.90 on the index. Still a strong number for the dollar, just not as strong as it has been. Anything above 100, in my estimation, is a stronger dollar. So there it sits, and we'll see what actually happens. I know Wall Street and the investor class is kind of convinced that there's not going to be any more rate hikes in this cycle, and that may very well end up happening. I've got to say I still have my doubts about it, though. I'll believe they're done cutting rates when we're at 2% or less, or when it even looks like we're moving toward that, but it just doesn't, at least to me. So the dollar probably going to stay stronger for a little while longer. Metals today down. They had been rallying up nicely. So gold selling off a little bit today, down $8 per ounce, sitting at $1,989.70 for an ounce of gold. Silver down 10 cents today, sitting at $23.62 per ounce. So, these numbers are still pretty strong for gold and silver, especially in the face of a dollar that's still got pretty strong numbers behind it. I really believe it won't be long. We're going to see 2,000 gold. We're going to see record gold. I think we'll see silver well above $25. As soon as the market gets any kind of signal to take off, it's going to. Oil today coming down as we predicted it would, down 99 cents a barrel. Today it's at $76.78 for a barrel of West Texas Intermediate. I've been telling you guys, It seems to me, and it's been like this for about a year, I guess, where oil seems to want to trade between 70 and 75 per barrel. It's like where the trough is. It's been bouncing back up from 75. You know what the market does with round numbers. But I really believe it's going to get back into that trough. It's been drifting down. It was close to 100. We still haven't seen as much relief at the pump as I would like, with oil coming down, 25%. But hey, we'll get there sooner or later. Oil today, though, on its way back down to 75. Bitcoin rallies up today, up $616, 37,618. I guess shrugging off this Binance guilty plea and continuing rallying on. Bitcoin looking really strong right now. All right, so let's talk about news today. Well, we got the jobs report, and the jobs report came in a little bit hotter than they wanted. They were expecting 229,000 claims. They got 209,000. So they missed by 20,000, 24,000 lower than the claims were last week. So still a pretty strong job market out there. Of course, Wall Street playing it down pretty strong. It's seasonal. It's still in line with our expectations. It doesn't mean bleep, bleep, beep, 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 mealy mouth bullshit, okay? But if you ask me, this puts the Fed back on alert. They don't want to look like a bunch of donkeys with this inflation fight. This is where careers are made, reputations are made, or ruined. So they're really going to be pretty vigilant, I believe, on this inflation stuff. We'll see. A lot of you guys out there I know believe they'll buckle the first chance they get. We'll see. But the Fed wants to get inflation back to 2 or less. These numbers are not good for that purpose, right? Now, inflation has been coming down. It's true. However, it hasn't been coming down much lately. 5 months ago, we were at 3% top line CPI. Last month, we were at 3.2%. So over the past 5 months, we've actually gone up, 20 basis points, inflation numbers, not gone down. And for the 2 months previous to this month's 3.2 was 3.7. So this fight is not over, even if they want it to be. We got this attention span of a freaking gnat in this country. We want everything instantly. Well, this is not something we're going to get instantly. And then you top it off with greedy corporations who will raise prices at the second they feel like they can get away with it. Well, it's going to be tougher than most people expect, getting back down to 2%. I mean, this inflation's pretty stubborn. We saw the last time we had numbers like we've had. It took them a long, long, long time to get rid of it. We know they learned a lot of lessons from that fight, and they're applying those lessons. Still can't get to 2%. So I think that this fight is going to be an ongoing thing. We're going to see rates higher for much longer than most people think. Today, the University of Michigan survey comes out, shows consumers are very skeptical about these inflation numbers and about inflation actually coming back down to 2%. Listen to this. Both near-term and longer-term, Americans feel inflation, here's where they see inflation over the next year, over the next 12 months, 4.5%. Wow. So they're feeling like, I don't really even know if they believe we're at 3.2% right now. So they really feel like inflation, this fight's not over. And they see inflation still over the next 5 years at 3.5%. What does that tell you guys about the chances of cutting rates? You really believe the Fed's going to be in it? I mean, it's really strange, guys. I mean, I just don't see room for rate cuts. The market already pricing in 4 cuts next year. what happens is this really puts Powell in a tough spot, because you're going to have, historically, once the mindset of Americans gets set on inflation or deflation or whatever it is, very, very, very difficult to turn the psychology around. So when Americans are expecting more inflation, it tends to be what they get, right? So tough job, tough news for Powell today. We'll see where these numbers go. We'll be back to bring you guys the news you need and follow this story pretty extensively, because this is the key to it all right now. Inflation's going to come down and rates down with it, or it isn't, and we're going to have a pretty heavy-duty recession coming. So, it just doesn't seem to me like where we need to be on inflation. We're just not. And anyway, not a lot of data to talk about today, but I do want to, before I sign off today, just want to wish everybody the very happiest, healthiest, best Thanksgiving ever. Take some time tomorrow, enjoy your families, enjoy your friends, have a good and happy day. Don't forget, guys, to be grateful. Gratitude, if you're truly grateful for how good you have it, and trust me when I say, even if you're poor in America, you got it better than 95% of the world, okay? Be grateful for your good health, for your families, for your friends, for your house that you live in, and all the wonderful opportunities that come with being alive and being American every day. They said that there's never been a better time to be alive as a human being than right now. We're further along with medical stuff. People can live longer. They can fix things that they couldn't fix a very short time ago. Communication, better than it's ever had, better than it's ever been. Access to information, better than it's ever been. Travel, well, maybe not faster or more convenient than it's ever been, but it's certainly more accessible to the world than it's ever been. And the list is very, very, very long about all the things and the conditions in the world that are better than they ever have been. Now, I'm not saying we're without our problems and everything's fantastic and wonderful. What I'm saying is, all of us, every single one of us, have a lot to be grateful for. And let's take at least the part of the day tomorrow, a few minutes between football and family and food and drink and everything that goes with Thanksgiving. Just take a second to thank the big guy, for the blessings you have in your life, and let him know you're grateful that he's looking out. Anyway, guys, that's it for the day. Happy Thanksgiving. And we will be back. Now, we're going to take Friday too, so we will see you guys back here again on Monday. Until then, take care. Thanks.